My friend, you have been told your whole life that in order to live, you must seek, you must chase, you must search for that which seems to be outside of you. But I tell you, God never commanded you to look for a job. He commanded you to believe. The world teaches you that in order to change your circumstances, you must take external action, search, apply, ask, and strive. But the truth is, all change begins within. The job you seek, the opportunity you desire, is not found outside of you. It is a projection of your inner state. The struggle to find employment is merely a reflection of the belief that you lack it. Instead of seeking with desperation, shift your focus inward. Your imagination is the only reality. If you continue to believe you are unemployed, struggling, or unworthy, your world will only confirm this assumption. But the moment you dare to accept a new state, one where you are already employed, prosperous, and fulfilled, the external world must conform to it. Close your eyes and see yourself already in possession of what you desire. Feel the weight of success upon you. Imagine the joy of receiving the offer, the security of the paycheck, the fulfillment of meaningful work. Let this feeling consume you until it becomes real in your mind. This is not wishful thinking. It is the law of consciousness. What you assume to be true will become true in your world. Many believe they must first find a job in order to feel secure, but this is a great error. The feeling must come first, and the world will follow. If you believe yourself to be unemployed, no amount of effort will change it, for you are still operating from the state of lack. But if you assume the state of being employed, if you truly feel it as real, then all that is necessary to fulfill this assumption will be drawn to you effortlessly. You do not need to struggle or beg. Your only work is to persist in the assumption that you already have what you seek. Do this and watch as reality reshapes itself to mirror your belief. The world tells you that in order to have something, you must first do something. But this is an illusion. The truth is, you must first become what you seek, and the rest will follow. You are not separate from your desires. You are one with them the moment you assume them to be true. Rather than worrying about when and how your employment will come, shift your focus to feeling as if it has already happened. This is the secret few understand. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what you are is determined by what you feel to be true in this moment. If you constantly say, I need a job or I hope I get hired, you are confirming a state of lack. You are affirming to yourself and the world that you do not yet have what you desire. But if you instead say, I am already working at my ideal job and truly feel it to be so, you shift your reality. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself waking up in the morning, knowing you have meaningful work to do. Feel the satisfaction of getting dressed for your job, the confidence of walking into your workplace. Hear the voices of your colleagues, feel the texture of your desk, the comfort of financial security. Do not simply wish for it, experience it now, in your imagination, as if it were already real. You may say, but how can I feel something that is not yet true? The answer is simple. Your imagination is the only reality. What you feel as true within will harden into fact without. The external world is only a mirror reflecting your internal state. It has no power of its own. It only responds to what you accept as real. This is not about pretending or forcing yourself to believe something against your will. It is about dwelling in the state of your fulfilled desire until it becomes so natural, so real within you, that it must be expressed outwardly. The feeling of already having it is the key. When you persist in this state, your actions, your words, your very presence will align with it, and the world will respond accordingly. So do not spend your days worrying, doubting, or searching desperately. Spend them living in the feeling of already having what you desire. The job is already yours. Assume it, feel it, and it will come into form effortlessly. Faith is not hoping. Faith is knowing. The unseen world is more real than the world you can touch. For everything you see today was once invisible. The house you live in was once an idea. The clothes you wear were once a concept in someone's mind. The job you seek exists, but you must claim it in consciousness before it can appear in your reality. You have been conditioned to believe that what is real is what you can see with your eyes. But the truth is, what you see is only a reflection of what you have previously assumed to be true. If you want to change your life, you must first change what you accept as real in your mind. Do not wait for the world to show you proof. Become the proof. Assume the feeling of already having what you desire, and the world will conform to that assumption. Most people look at their current situation and allow it to dictate what they believe. They say, I do not have a job, therefore I am unemployed. But I tell you, what you accept as true in your imagination is far more powerful than what you see with your eyes. If you persist in feeling employed, fulfilled, and successful, even when the outer world shows no evidence of it, that inner reality must harden into fact. This is the difference between those who struggle and those who thrive. The one who struggles believes in appearances. They look at the lack in their life and feel discouraged, and by accepting that feeling, they unknowingly create more of the same. The one who thrives believes in the unseen. They walk as if their success is already guaranteed, and because they remain faithful to this assumption, the world must reflect it back to them. You may ask, how can I act as though I have something when I do not? The answer is simple. You are already doing this, but in the opposite direction. When you worry, when you fear, when you dwell on the thought of not having a job, you are living in the assumption of lack. And because you persist in that assumption, it becomes your reality. The key is to shift your belief. The job you desire, the opportunity you seek, it is already yours in the unseen. You do not need to go out and chase it because it is drawn to you the moment you claim it in consciousness. The outer world is like a shadow. It can only move when the source moves, and you are the source. The man who understands this walks differently. He does not beg for opportunities, he expects them. He does not look at the world with doubt, waiting for proof before he believes. Instead, he believes first and the proof follows. His faith in the unseen is unwavering. Even when nothing appears to be happening, he remains steadfast, knowing that what he has assumed is already on its way to him. If you truly believe that something is yours, do you question it? No. You rest in the certainty that it is done. This is faith in the unseen. It is the ability to feel, think, and act from the end result, even when the senses show no evidence of it. It is the unwavering conviction that what you assume in your imagination is more real than anything in the external world. So, do not wait for the world to show you proof. You are the proof. Live as though you already have what you seek. Feel the reality of it now, and as surely as the sun rises, the world will rearrange itself to match your assumption. You were never meant to chase. The moment you chase, you confirm that what you desire is separate from you, outside of you, something you must struggle to obtain. But the truth is, you do not attract what you pursue, you attract what you are. The world responds not to your wants, but to your state of being. A man who seeks something outside of himself admits that he does not yet have it. He sends out applications, makes calls, and knocks on doors, but beneath it all, his actions are rooted in fear. Fear that if he does not try hard enough, he will remain without. And so, despite all his effort, he unknowingly pushes his desire further away. But there is another way. Instead of looking outward, look inward and assume the state of already being the person who has what you seek. Instead of searching for opportunities, become the one to whom opportunities naturally come. Rather than hoping for a job, assume the feeling of already being employed, of already being valued and sought after. Consider a man who walks into a room with quiet confidence, knowing he is successful. He does not need to announce his worth, nor does he need to prove himself. His very presence communicates his belief in himself. And because he carries this assumption, the world reflects it back to him. Opportunities seem to find him effortlessly, not because he chases them, but because he has become the person who naturally attracts them. The mistake most people make is believing that they must act first in order to become something. They say, once I get a job, I will feel successful, or once I have money, I will feel secure. But this is the opposite of how reality works. You must first feel successful within, and then the job will come. You must first feel secure, and then the money will appear. The feeling is the cause, and the world is the effect. If you constantly say, I need a job, you are declaring to yourself and to the universe that you are unemployed. And because you persist in that feeling, the world must confirm it. But if you say, I am already employed in a wonderful position, and you feel this to be true, the world must also confirm that. It has no choice but to reflect your assumption. You may ask, but how can I act as though I already have something when my senses show me otherwise? The answer is simple. Your imagination is the only reality. If you accept something as true within, it must manifest without. You are always creating, whether consciously or unconsciously. The question is not whether you are shaping your reality, but whether you are doing so intentionally. Most people live by what they see. They allow the outer world to dictate their inner state, but the one who understands the law lives by what they assume. They persist in the feeling of already having what they desire, even when the outer world suggests otherwise. And because they do not waver, the outer world must eventually conform. There is nothing to chase. You are not here to beg, to struggle, or to force things into place. You are here to assume your rightful place, to embody the identity of one who already has what they desire. The world does not give you what you wish for. It gives you what you believe yourself to be. So stop looking, stop chasing, instead become. Step into the feeling of already being the person you wish to be, and the world will follow. When you do this, success, opportunities, and prosperity will seek you out effortlessly because they are drawn to who you have already assumed yourself to be. Everything you seek is already yours, waiting for you to claim it, not through struggle, not through desperate searching, but through inner transformation. The world does not respond to effort alone. It responds to who you are in consciousness. If you believe yourself to be lacking, you will continue to experience lack. If you assume the state of already having what you desire, the world must rearrange itself to reflect that assumption. You were never meant to chase after opportunities. You were meant to become the person who naturally attracts them. The job, the success, the prosperity, they are not outside of you, they exist within, and the moment you accept them as real in your imagination, they must manifest in your world. So stop searching. Stop waiting for external proof before you believe. Believe first, assume first, and the evidence will follow. The law is simple. What you feel as true within must harden into fact. Walk in the confidence that it is already done, and life will prove you right.